everyone, this video would focus on multiplying radicals, and this is the second part. In this part, we're going to use the FOIL method to multiply the radicals. Before we go further, please feel free to check out the description box below for the link of other series of topics related to radical expressions. Before we jump into this first example, let's have a review on the parts and definition of radical expressions. Please remember that these are the parts of every radical expression. The first part is the radical symbol. The reason why this is called radical expression is because it is an expression that contains the radical symbol. Our A here is called a coefficient. A coefficient is a number multiplied to the radical expression. And the letter N here is called the index. This tells you which root you're looking for. Please remember that if the value of the index is not written in there, it means that that invisible number is 2. We also have a letter C, and this letter C is named as the radicand. A radicand is the value that you are taking the root of. So this expression that we have here is read as A times the nth root of C. So this is read as square root of 36. So if we wanted to know what is the value of square root of 36, we can go ahead and equal this whole expression to x. So this is read as square root of 36 equals x. Now we are going to rewrite this into its equivalent exponential form. This expression or this equation that we have here means that x squared is equal to 36. What is x? So if you notice, our x here becomes the base of the exponential form, while our index of 2, which is invisible, becomes the exponent in the exponential form, and our radicand, which is 36, will become the answer to the exponential expression. What we're trying to do right now is we're supposed to determine the value of x such that when we multiply this x by itself twice, it will give us 36. Meaning if we have blank times blank equals 36, and it should be the same number. So then these two numbers would be 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. And so we can go ahead and rewrite this as 6 squared equals 36. And so this tells us that our x is 6. So then this square root of 36 then will equal to 6. So that's how we evaluate radical expression. So these are the parts and definition of radical expressions. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So in this problem, we have two terms inside the first parentheses, and we have two terms inside the other parentheses. So what are we going to do is we are going to multiply 3 to each of the terms here, and we multiply this second term to each of the term to the other parentheses as well. So this is how it's going to look like. So 3 will be multiplied to 1. So I'm going to go ahead and write that up here. So that's 3 times 1, and then we're going to add it. We will do the same thing for 3 to the other term on the other quantity. So that would be 3, so that's plus 3 times negative 3 square root of 3. And what we do next is, again, we still have to add it, plus, and then this time around, we do the second term to the first term. So that would be negative 3 square root of 3 times 1, and then we do this with the second term as well. So this would come out, again, that's another plus, so that is negative 2 square root of 3, and then negative 3 square root of 3. Okay, so what we do next is we multiply them. So this would be 3 times 1 is just 3. And then this is gonna be 3 times negative 3 square root of 3. So we're gonna multiply this. This comes out negative 9 square root of 3. So what I did here was positive 3 times negative 3 is a negative 9. And then we keep the 3. And then this time around, we're gonna do this. So in the next one right here, we have a negative 2 times 1 is a negative 2. And then we have a square root of 3. And then these two will be multiplied together. So negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. And we have a square root of 3 times square root of 3. So that's a positive 6. And then square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 9. So I write it down. So what we do next is we simplify this further. So this comes out 3 minus 9 square root of 3. So since these two are like terms, we can combine them together. Negative 9 minus 2 is negative 11 square root of 3. So what I did was I combined these two together. So I will put this inside the box, and that comes out negative 11 square root of 3. And then we are left with, that's going to be plus 6 square root of 9 is 3. So then this comes out 3 minus 11 square root of 3 plus 18. So we're going to combine 18 and 3. That is 21. So 21 minus 11 square root of 3. We cannot simplify this further since they are unlike radicals. So this is the product of these two expressions that we have up there. Now let's move on to the next example. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So we're going to multiply these two together. So I'm going to write it out here. So that would be 3 square root of 5 is multiplied by 3 square root of 5. And then that's going to be a plus. And then I'm going to multiply this again to the second term here. So that would be 3 square root of 5 times 2 square root of 7. And then that's a plus. And then I'm going to multiply these two together. So that would be negative 2 square root of 7 times 3 square root of 5 plus, I'm going to multiply again these two here. So I'm going to write it out here on this side. So that is negative 2 square root of 7 times 2 square root of 7. So we are going to simplify this further. So this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so the answer that we have here is positive 17. So what happened here is that I crossed out these two since when we add them together, it turns out 0. And then we have a square root of 25 is 5. And we get a 9. We multiply them together. It's 45. And then we have 4 and square root of 49 is 7. And that's 28. And then since this is a minus, we subtract them. And that is 17. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!